Hi, I'm Dave.
And I'm Chris.
And you can't see that I'm actually in my boxer shorts.
I will assure you he actually is in his boxer shorts.
You have no fucking clue.
Except that he just told you.
Yeah, except that I just told you, because there's no secrets between us. Regardless.
Okay.
This is Horror Happy Hour.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. I feel that one in my nipples.
So today we're going to be reviewing Dead Hooker in a Trunk.
Dead hooker in a trunk.
Dead hoe in a boot. Dead hooker in a trunk. No, that isn't an alternate title. I just made that up 30 seconds ago. Dead hooker in a trunk. Written and directed by Jen and Sylvia Soska. She told me it was Soska. I want to say Soska.
Oh, yeah, sure. Blame it on me.
I feel like it's a tomato thing, even though it definitely isn't.
Twisted Twin Productions.
Twisted Twin Productions.
Twisted Twin Productions.
Try to say that 3 times fast.
I cannot after 5 shots and shit like that. You're lucky I even know my last name. This movie was about a geek, a badass, a Bible-thumping goody-two-shoes, and some sort of rock star junkie.
Junkie, rocker, chick.
Okay. Take 2.
So,
The badass is played by
Sylvia Soska.
The geek is played by
Jen Soska.
The Bible-thumping Bible thumper is played by
C.G. Wallace.
C.J. Wallace.
C.J. Wallace.
Let me go ahead and finish the rest of this. The Rockstar Junkie is played by Ricky Gagney.
Yes.
It is about this group of friends that find as you probably have already guessed, a dead hoe in their trunk.
Or as Dave said earlier, a dead hoe in the boot.
I'm
not exactly sure what a boot is, but
If you live in England, you know exactly what a boot is. It is not some sort of foot attire. It is another word for the ass end of your car. Or the trunk.
And this is the dead hooker they find in said trunk.
They find a dead hooker in their trunk, and I don't even know how they come to the conclusion that it's a hooker because she's
yeah, it was like a
blonde.
flash. Apparently all blondes are hookers. I can assure you that I am not a hooker.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there are hookers with all just myriad of hair colors. They probably have brunette hookers and red-headed hookers and blue-haired hookers and shit, and hookers with spots in their hair. Hookers come in all shapes and sizes for anybody that's into hookers.
Or looking.
Or looking
for hooking.
Or looking to get into hooking. You can get into it with any hair color. Men don't care. So they find this hooker. We're going to assume she's a hooker because she's wearing a red shirt, has giant yabos and blonde hair in their trunk, and this leads to an adventure.
Of course, it leads to an adventure.
Yep, and everywhere they go, they bring the dead hooker, and they try to pass the dead hooker off on some goat-loving motel manager.
Yeah, he just went right for that,
Dude,
too.
he
didn't even care.
Dude, he didn't even check
He
for
was
a
like, oh,
pulse.
what, you want to pay in dead hookers? Not a problem.
Right, it was like $100
I mean,
for
this
a
goat's
room.
probably not as entertaining as that hooker's gonna be.
Oh, hell no. I will just tie this goat up behind the desk, and I'm just going to I'm not even going to check for a pulse. Not even going to bother checking for a pulse.
So basically the whole movie revolves around the crazy antics with them and this dead hooker.
The dead hooker and shit. They bring the dead hooker everywhere and shit like that. Almost like Weekend at Bernie's with this goddamn
Yeah,
hooker.
I was totally gonna say that.
I beat you
I hate
to
him.
the punch.
So anyway, I'm gonna just openly admit that I really wasn't expecting much out of this movie. So imagine my shock and how pleasantly surprised I was, because I actually really enjoyed.
Pleasantly surprised.
I really enjoyed it. I really got.
And everybody keeps calling it. I mean, they bring this hooker everywhere they go, and they wind up with what they say on the back of the box. I'm stealing this from the back of the box. Chainsaw wielding triads and shit like that. They run into like the goat loving motel manager. They run into the
cops.
The hooker loving cops and shit. Not even hooker loving cops. The Sylvia Soska loving hot cops.
Because, I mean, what's not to love?
And they run into some sort of cowboy pimp. They just run into every motherfucker in the book.
This was like a total Murphy's Law movie. If whatever could go wrong did go wrong.
Yep.
Now, they just assume naturally that they had something to do with the death of this hooker.
Yeah, so that's why they're not burying the hooker. That's why they're not throwing the hooker off the side of the bridge.
Yeah, they're just like, oh shit, we can't call the cops because we totally did this.
I totally
even though we
did
don't
that.
remember doing it and have no proof that we did it.
Yeah, no proof that I did or did not do it. I did a lot of drugs that night. I don't remember. I may have killed a hooker.
So, like, yeah, you know, like the geek, it starts off with the geek wanting to go visit the Bible thumper, Goody Two Shoes, and asking the sister, the badass, and her rocker friend to give her a ride to do that, which they were kind of like, we have to, you know, we want to go buy drugs.
But of course you're going to pick up the Bible-thumping Goody Two-Shoes because he's
why
fucking
wouldn't
hilarious.
you? Yeah, he really was. Like, let me
cheats
tell
during
you.
every scene.
Every scene, but he threw those morals to the wind left and right.
Yeah, he started at one point and shit like that. He was like, I hope somebody fucks you in your skull and shit like that after they ass rape you.
Yeah, like, fucking...
So he fucking... But he was hilarious and shit. I don't know who CJ Wallace is, but you get a thumbs up. Thumbs up!
Yeah, we want to see more of you, because you were fucking
You were fucking
hysterical.
hilarious. He did his role phenomenally and shit. And everybody keeps throwing around this term grindhouse. If I have to hear this fucking term grindhouse one more fucking time and shit, I'm gonna go out of my fucking mind if I'm not fucking there already. So, I am totally there. So, but this is, I didn't see the grindhouse in this.
No, and it's
At all.
fine. Because,
At
like,
all.
I feel like people are throwing the word grindhouse around just to make something good. Now, here's the thing. This didn't need to be grindhouse to be good. This movie used all of its quirkinesses to its advantage.
Everything that, all the plot holes and shit that it had in it, because
it totally just ran with them.
it had a lot of plot holes.
But they
mind you.
worked. Like, that,
But
which is strange.
It worked for the quirkiness.
Yes.
It
yes.
worked with the quirkiness.
It worked with the strangeness. It worked
Yep.
with the overall funness of the movie. This is like, I'd like to actually call this like a fun horror movie. I really, like I said, I was expecting
I've come up with a
nothing from this movie. Like, and okay, Dave needs to come up with his term now.
Horror adventure.
Aren't like all horror movies kind of adventurous?
Shut up. Horror. I'm sorry.
Do not report me when I murder him.
Report her. Because
Don't.
you're gonna miss me. I'm gonna miss me. People
Think
are
of
gonna
it this
miss me.
way. If I went to jail, who would you miss more?
Think about it.
Yeah, seriously.
Think
Because,
about
I mean,
It's gonna be a
me,
dead,
and I'm just...
dead
you know,
Dave man
me.
in Crystal's trunk.
Anyway,
Anywho.
back to what we were actually discussing, which was the movie Dead Hooker in a Trunk.
Dead hooker in a trunk.
I gotta hand it to this, to these twins. Like, they really pulled it the fuck together.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, I wasn't expecting much. It's a first attempt, so you give it a little leeway on that. But it actually was really fucking good. Now, I'm sure, like, as of now, you can probably tell that we kind of like the more funny, cheesy horror movies,
Yes.
especially when there's lots of blood and boobies involved.
Yes. And this is the dialogue and shit. It's great dialogue.
Because, like, once again, like, I always look at a movie for how people actually interact with each other, how they talk to one another, how friends interact, how the dynamics work, how the archetypes work. And they really kind of nailed it with this. They over-exaggerated it, obviously, for
Yeah, like,
obvious
insanely
reasons.
and shit.
But it was funny.
The plot holes worked for it. Instead of working against it, they actually made the plot holes work for
Bitch,
it.
all I'm gonna say is Rock a Bitch got her arm taken off by a Mack truck, and these people were just like, not a fucking problem.
We're gonna sew that back on. We're gonna bring you to the hospital. It's gonna be functioning by about scene 15.
And it's like, now in any other movie, I would have been like, wow, that was really fucking lame. Like, but they obviously
Again.
realized, like, we didn't have the effects quality to deal with an arm being missing the whole movie, so we found a way around it. And I gotta give them mad credit for that. Because it worked, and it was fucking hysterical.
Yep. Big ups.
Yeah. You guys, gotta hand it to you. It's nice to see, like, actual women directors in horror.
Yes.
And the fact that they actually put themselves starring in this movie, or acting in this movie, really, because I think, like, the whole, the fucking, I don't know, what do you call a foursome? Without calling it a foursome.
Fun? That's
Like, it worked. Like, they absolutely rocked this movie, and
no, they
I
really did.
Yeah, I really...
All the quirkiness worked for it. All the plot holes worked for it. The gore was present. Bladow. Bladow. Thumbs up! And it was absolutely present when you start seeing bullets go flying through heads.
I would almost, like, kind of compare this, like, Kill Bill meets Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
Because it had all that silliness, and then the whole, like, we're gonna take around this dead hooker with us, you know, like,
Get the
Pretty
hooker, let's bring her
fucking-
back in the trunk. Oh, we
Yeah.
can't bury her now, we'll wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, it's funny. But it's funny because, like, now, in the interim of all of this, when they're trying to figure out what to do with this dead hooker, they are killing like mad people.
Dude, unbelievable.
Not caring about what they do with
Leaving
their
the
bodies.
body,
Like,
yeah,
eh,
leaving
no, we're just
the-
going to dismember this one, we're going
We'll
to do this
leave-
with this one, like...
Well, yeah, exactly.
When we killed the triads, we're just going to leave them wherever. Like, I just smack with your
You
face.
smacked me dead in the face.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and deal with that.
Everything that possibly, like I said, Murphy Law, everything that possibly could go wrong, they found a funny, creative way to deal with it.
To turn it into something quirky,
Yeah.
to turn it into something great.
This absolutely proved to me that even if you don't have, like, the fucking spot-on X crew, and you have a good fucking sense of humor and a creative way of going about things, you can pull this shit together and make a decent movie.
Mm-hmm. If you don't have certain elements and you have just great characters, great dialogue.
Oh, well, it was, dude.
I love the dialogue.
We
I
were
really
laughing
love
the whole time.
It really was.
The whole time. And now, I hate watching movies on my computer. Let me just, like, first of all say that I have this nice big-ass TV. I like watching this movie on my nice big-ass TV. Even went out and spent money on a fucking regionalist. Fuck you, eBay guy, because you totally fucking didn't work in my regionalist.
Yeah, I had to watch it
So
on
we
the
had to watch
computer.
it on this little computer screen, which is fine, because it was so fucking good, you don't even care.
We didn't even notice. We didn't even matter and shit like that, despite the fact that the entire time I had to, like, lay on my side and watch it.
I think my neck just cracked.
Yeah, exactly.
But...
retardedness and shit, but
This was funny. This was funny, and it was gory, and it was just, it pulled together. I gotta hand it to this. The acting was fucking hysterical. And I like to, like, I don't know, I'm a sadistic cunt. I'm just gonna put it out there. I really am. I like laughing during gory, bloody fucking shit, and this had me laughing. Did I just call myself a cunt? Twice now?
I didn't say a thing.
But, I mean, I don't know. I really think you guys pulled it together in a way that was comedic and horrific, all at the same time. And
Yes, comedic.
I'm gonna give you
horrific,
props
yeah.
for that one.
Whoever's calling this movie Grindhouse and shit like that is obviously
You
a
don't
method
need
over.
to make this movie good. You don't need the Grindhouse title. That's the
Yeah,
thing. It
I
was,
think
it
a lot
was
of
good
people-
all on its own.
Because it had that whole, like, mistakes going on and shit like that, and people want to attribute that to, like, that whole Grindhouse Planet Terror kind of thing. But the mistakes and shit like that don't need to be attributed to that. The mistakes add to the quirkiness, add to the charm.
Yeah. They used everything that went wrong in this movie to their advantage, and that is creative.
That is creativity. That is the essence of creativity.
It's like one up man.
Five shots in, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore, Jim. This is the essence of creativity.
Anyway, so let's get to the rating factor in this game. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.
Actually, yeah, no, I actually am going to change that. I would give it a 9. And I can't even tell you why I'm deducting the point, because in all honesty, it really was hysterical.
It really was. It was excellent.
Maybe that's what the problem is for me. Maybe it was so much funny that I can't, like, fully attribute it to being horror.
Yeah, no, it was definitely more of it, and it says in shit like
It's
that.
a hardy.
It says on the thing and shit like that, adventure, horror, mystery, and shit like that. But I would add comedy to that.
Dude, this was like Scooby-Doo mixed around with Weekend at Bernie's, mixed around with Kill Bill, mixed with everything else you could possibly imagine, and it fucking worked.
It did. It did. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
I loved it, so therefore, because I loved it, because I'm so narcissistic, I know that you're gonna love it. Thumbs up!
There's gonna be a little thing going on the bottom down here that says Narcissistic Dave. Okay? Because this guy...
Except she doesn't do the editing. I do the editing and shit like that, so I'm gonna edit in whatever I want.
I'm just gonna sneak in there and I'm gonna be like, Dave
Dave's
is
an
obsessed
asshole.
with himself.
David is totally obsessed with himself.
So, I would like to give a quick shout out to
Dave jerks off while staring in the mirror.
I don't think anybody needed to know that, especially me. I have to give a shout out to our buddy Disc Jockey.
Disc Junkie.
Disc Junkie, I'm sorry. He
Disc
is
Junkie
a fellow,
TV.
Yes, he's a fellow YouTuber, and
Yes.
he is fucking awesome.
He is hilarious.
And funny. He's
And
very
funny.
entertaining. We highly recommend that you sub to his channel,
Mm-hmm.
which will probably be displayed somewhere over here, probably in the boob and not boxer area that you're not seeing of Dave. So, you should check him out. He's great. Okay,
Let's be
anyway.
honest.
Dead Hooker in a Trunk. Go fucking see this movie. I don't think it had an American release
No,
yet.
it doesn't. It hasn't been released in NTSC. It only has a PAL release.
It is
England,
worth
Region
it though.
2.
If you have a region,
If you have a regionless
or
player.
you don't mind using up one of your slots on your computer.
Yeah.
And I said slots, not sluts.
Yeah.
Slots.
Either or.
If you watch it on your computer, it was well worth it. It was great. It was funny. It was bloody. And for a first run out...
Yeah, dude, seriously, for a first run out of the park.
I cannot wait to see...
Park.
I cannot wait to see American Mary, which was their other project that they're working on.
Oh, really?
I cannot wait to see that, because judging...
Check out the big brains on Chris!
The big brains, huh? Thanks.
Check out the big boobulous on
Oh my
Chris.
lord!
She got upset and shit when I said brains. She was like, brains? How dare you
like,
say
how
I have
many brains could I have? I have the one. Anyway,
But,
I can't wait to see your next entry, because seriously, your first one was so fucking kick-ass that I can't imagine the second one is going to fall any flatter than the first.
It's going to kick the foot even further up the ass.
Power to the chicks.
Power to the women.
Because you guys fucking rocked it.
Yes.
So, we're Horror Happy Hour. We're Dave and Chris. And,
she's Chris.
Well, I'm Chris. He's Dave. We're really drunk.
Yeah.
And,
this is like a 30-minute review now. We've clearly run over. Clearly run into excess and shit.
Kind of like redo this all over again.
No, we don't need to redo this. This was beautiful. This was excellent. This was the way love goes.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what to tell you, neuter and spay this time around.
Hookers, you're dead hooker. Neuter and spay your hookers. Really, do we need hookers having children?
Neuter and spay your weird penis friends.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
If he's got one nut or a
penis.
forked dick, you neuter that bastard.
You neuter
Because he's going to do some fucked up shit.
Because he is going to
Now, I'm not going to tell you what that's related to.
No.
But trust me,
No.
you just want to cut that dick right off the fucking place. Or the nuts. Is that what you, when you neuter somebody, take their nuts off, right?
You cut something in that area.
Yeah. So, anyway. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. I know we're sick in the head and shit, but, you know.
We're drunk.
We're drunk.
So,
come on. Cut us a break. Cut us a break. I'll cut you a break.
I'm not as drunk as Dave, and he's crazy.
5 shots in.
I have to deal with this for the rest of the night. He's probably going to be singing the same line to one song over and over again for the next 6 hours. So anyway, thank you again for watching.
Pray your mercy shine on me.
Really? We love you guys.
We do.
Thanks for watching.
We love everyone.
HorrorHappyHour.com.
Our hearts are
sluts.
sluts.
If you are looking to get a review spot with us,
or if you have a short film that you want, or if you are a filmmaker and you want an interview, I mean, look at all the fucking tabs we have at the top of the site. We just have all kinds of shit going on.
That's right. And we've been at this for an hour because the next train just passed by. Anyway, peace out.
Thumbs up!